Yeah, 3 for £1. Couldn't quite believe it. There is this stack. Reissue collector's slipcase twice. Well, hello and welcome back to my kitchen. I thought I would share with you a little bit of a haul of media. Now, sometimes you just end up in the right place at the right time and a deal just falls into your lap. If I point you that way, it's currently all stood here, stacked up. Those bits on top are games. The amazing thing about this haul is that probably 95% of all of this is sealed. I don't know the story behind it. I don't know whether she was in the industry or a collector and just ended up with loads of sealed stuff. The software is from several different consoles. It's a strange one. But let me show you one of the boxes that we carted it away and still has the label. PlayStation, Xbox, Wii games, 50p each, or 3 for £1. Now, I can only assume I was the first person there, or certainly the first reseller, dealer who was interested in this sort of stuff, because I'll start with the games. All of this was sat in that box. I bought pretty much all of the software, 3 for £1. Now, if they weren't sealed, that was a good price. The fact that these were sealed, it was one of those moments, it was like, what? Yes, please, grab. Oh, and then most of the movies are also Blu-ray. And the vast majority are sealed. Yeah, it was crazy. Oh, and on the films, they were 25p each, 5 for £1. I can't remember what my spend was, 14 or 15 pounds, something like that. Let me show you. So the software, PS3, nice platinum Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction. There's the Sony PlayStation strip, factory sealed. I'll pop some pictures on the screen here where I can to give you an idea of value. I don't think that one's amazing, but I'd have happily paid, 3 for £1 if these were open, used, sealed. You do get that premium. Let's do the PS3 stuff first. This is an interesting one. It's a bit of an obscure title. NCAA 08 March Madness. So it's a basketball game. It's an American title, I believe. So how this ended up in the UK and stayed sealed, I do not know. That could be a good one. I've done some very brief research at this point, but if I find out, anything else, I'll put it on the screen if I can find some completed listings. That could be a really good one. This is interesting. This still has its HMV sticker on it. Price $9.99 when this was purchased. This is Cabela's Dangerous Adventures. I remember selling this when we had our high street gaming store. Activision title, but again, brand new and sealed with its Sony strip. That could be a good one. Slightly obscure title. Street Fighter 4. I remember this coming out. I remember we had a special edition of this in our shop with figures in a box. Yeah, nice Capcom title. Not a particularly rare title, not a particularly unusual title, but new and sealed, again, with its Sony strip in place there. Should do pretty well. If I can find a completed on eBay, a picture will be on screen. I grabbed this because it was there, but FIFA 17 probably only worth a fiver, even sealed, but why not? This, I think, is the pick of the bunch. I will make the effort to get those stickers off. I think that's an Argos sticker. Looks like it with that number there. So this is Grand Theft Auto, episodes from Liberty City. So it's the two original Liberty City stories that I think were from PS2 from memory first, and then they've kind of reissued them on PS2 as this pack. But this is the reissue Essentials pack, and again, factory sealed with the Sony strip. Couldn't find any of this issue. I think I did find the standard black label issue was selling sealed at around the 60 plus mark from memory. Again, on screen here, if I can find anything to share with you. There was PES 2016, will have similar value to that FIFA, I would imagine. One Xbox One title, it's nothing great, Lego Star Wars Force Awakens, but factory sealed, probably not worth much more than a tenner, I would imagine. This is interesting, the only Xbox 360 that was in with all of this. Yeah, factory sealed. It's the Classics reissue version. Interesting title, not sure what I'll get back on that. And the only other title I picked up was Wii Sports. Now this is not sealed. This is the version that came bundled with the console. But yeah, grab that. So there you go, that's the software. Yeah, 3 for £1. Couldn't quite believe it. So we grabbed those. And then we went through. Now, also, I made the decision not to take the GoPro and not film. It was a tiny village yard sale. The previous tiny village yard sale we went to, I did film at and I found virtually nothing. This is how hit and miss it is. So I thought, I'm not going to film. I'm just going to enjoy myself, go out, have a mooch around the village. Probably won't find much. And I found this mother load of media. But Andrea was filming. There might be some clips on her channel that she'll put out. So let me just show you the films. Like I say, the vast majority, there's 2 or 3 in here that aren't sealed. The rest is brand new and sealed. So triple pack of Avatar, 3-disc collector's edition. I think this still has some value sealed, maybe 10 plus, can't remember. I'll put the odd completed on screen here. But that's a nice thing. Look at this, 25p or 5 for £1. This is a, what's that, 6 film set, Tough Guys. I think this is American. Doesn't have the UK certificates on. That's a quick way of noticing that it's not UK. There's no age certificate on it. But that's a cool thing. So I grabbed that. Interesting, Terminator, Sarah Connor Chronicles. Sealed, should have some good value. And it just goes on and on. Nice Fox Horror Classics box set. Again, I can't see a certificate on there. So that may be an American NTSC import. Should have some decent value. Lots of, kind of bog standard titles, but the fact that they're sealed. This is the 2-disc kind of limited, what's it called? The Immaculate Edition. But being sealed, they sell that much easier and you do get that premium price. Let's whiz through them. House of Cards, Blu-ray box set sealed. A couple of Incredibles 2 won't have much value. The Disney stuff these days, even sealed, 4 or £5, but it sells that much quicker and easier than a used one. Deer Hunter, sealed. Big Trouble in Little China, who remembers that film? All sorts of random stuff. We'll get onto, in a minute, the Marvel stuff. This person seemed to be a collector, but why they didn't open any of it, I don't know. Disney's Aladdin, and a 30th anniversary collector's edition of Dirty Dancing. How many times have they reissued this as different versions, special editions, etc.? This, I did scan a bunch of this. I haven't looked into it in any great detail, but I think this was a good one. Diary of the Dead. It's a steelbook in there. Steelbook edition. I seem to recall that had some pretty good value because it's sealed again, right? So brand new sealed. Around the World in 80 Days. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I think that sells pretty well. New and sealed. I grabbed most, if not all, of the sealed stuff. Some of it won't be great, but at this price point, 20 pence, yeah, you can't really go wrong. Some interesting early black and white stuff. This Sporting Life, that's nice. That's Richard Harris. Yeah, and it goes on. We'll get onto the Marvel stuff in a sec, but you can see it got, this is cool. Man Who Fell to Earth, Bowie. It's got a slipcase, but it's sealed inside. Marilyn Monroe there. I sold one of these reissues with the cinema poster recently. I sold a Serpico. This is the same reissue set. I think I got £8 for the Serpico sealed. West Side Story, Fifth Element, Special Edition. There's loads of it. That one's not sealed, one of the very few that I grabbed that aren't sealed. Just looked interesting. Harry Potter. This again isn't sealed, but I knew that had a little bit of value. So even not sealed, that was coming home. And it continues, sealed. This is slipcase edition, but sealed inside. This is cool. Control. This is a film by Anton Corbijn, my favourite photographer, of Ian Curtis from Joy Division. Sealed. And it goes on, more Harry Potter, Gladiator, and then the Marvel stuff. One DVD, nothing special there, Spider-Man. But then the Blu-ray. Let me just move this out of the way, hang on a sec. Yeah, so the Blu-ray. Oh, there's another DVD. There is this stack. The vast majority have the limited edition slipcases. Let me show you the rest. And they are all, bar one, sealed. There are even some duplicates in here. So if you do see anything that you are keen on, feel free to ping me a message on Instagram. The link to my Instagram is always below my videos. You can find me over there, just drop me a DM. So this is the not sealed one. The only one that was opened was a Black Panther. And I believe there's also, yeah, they did a series, I think it's still going, of these sleeves. So there's the original with a slipcase, and then they've reissued it with this design. I've got loads of them in here. Inside it's exactly the same. So there's that. So let's just run through. The rest, every single one is sealed. This one is coming away slightly there, but we have Venom, we have Ant-Man. So these are the reissue sleeves for that collection. I'm not sure what they called them. Here we go. New collectible sleeves. So perhaps this seller was just a collector and then made the decision to stop collecting and then sold them off. Crazy cheap. A load of Avengers stuff. That's not that collector's series, look. That's Infinity War, but they've also got the collector's sleeve reissue, both sealed. Avengers Assemble, and again, sealed. Captain Marvel slipcase, Captain Marvel reissue collector's slipcase twice. It's an odd one, right? All sealed. So prices on these vary a fair bit. Some even sealed, it's only £3 or £4, £5 maybe. Some do rise above that, maybe up to £7, £8, £9, but they're the exceptions really. They're fairly common things. So I may do some bundling with this. My price point was so good, I could happily bundle a few of these together and sell them off that way. Might make them sell a bit quicker. So Thor stuff, there was a few Thors. Where are we? Let's have a look. So we've got Thor Ragnarok, that sleeve, again sealed, and then the reissue limited edition sleeve. the original Thor, and then Thor Dark World. So a bunch of Thor. There's 2 Doctor Strange. Sealed again. I'm going to stop saying sealed. It's all sealed. Captain America. Civil War. Iron Man. And the same film without a slipcase. Guardians. Did we have both Guardians? Yes. So Guardians and Guardians 2. I'll look at prices, but I would imagine that would make a perfect pairing. Get a quicker sale and make it worth doing. And you can still send that as a large letter in a larger envelope. Spider-Man Homecoming with the reissue sleeve. Ant-Man and the Wasp. And again, with the reissue sleeve. Spider-Man Homecoming. Hulk. And now, is this the same film? Incredible Hulk? I think so, that might be the same film. And there you go. Now I know I whizzed through that, but we'll be here all day otherwise. Yeah, I'm so pleased with that. This is exactly what I love selling. It's quick to research, quick to list, generally pretty quick to sell as long as you price it correctly. And there's some real gems in there, particularly with the software. I'm excited to see how these will do. The GTA, like I said, I think is possibly the most expensive item there, but that really odd American import one, very unusual title in itself. The fact that it's still sealed, who knows where we could go on that. But yeah, as I said at the beginning, sometimes you just stumble across a stall and it's just right there in front of you. The prices are great and you go for it. Can't remember exactly what I spent. I said £14–15 on everything. Great. Love it. Just got to list it all now. Got to deal with it. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to watch another haul video, check out this one up here. Until next time. Ta-ra!